Hey everybody, it's Jamie from No Getting Off This Train, and in today's video I am showing you an easy meal prep lunch and breakfast recipe. One of the things that you told me you want to see more of is meal prep things, whether it is meal prep lunches, meal prep breakfast. You guys want to see them, and seriously, meal prep is kind of my jam. I do at least a 1-hour meal prep session every single Sunday, and whether that is just making breakfast or making breakfast and snacks or even just chopping up a few vegetables, I try to make sure I have at least something done because that saves me so much time during the week when it comes to either making dinner or pulling out a breakfast in the morning. And meal prep does not have to be hard. As you will soon see, these two recipes that I made, it's just basically throwing a few ingredients in one bowl and calling it a meal. It does not have to be that hard. So this weekend's meal prep session was kind of split up into 2 days just because I was kind of busy. The first day I went ahead and made the lunches that we were going to eat for the next couple of days afterward. And then the next day I made a breakfast and also chopped some vegetables and washed some fruit. So you will get to see that as well. That is basically what I do in a typical meal prep session. And I will have all the nutrition info for those meals at the end as well. So with all that being said, let me take you to my meal prep session. Like I said a second ago, both of these recipes are just mainly ingredients that you cook and you put together into a bowl form. They are super easy. So in my rice cooker, I put 1 cup of quinoa. I filled it to the 1 cup line with water. I also put in a couple teaspoons of the Flavor God garlic lover seasoning. You could add whatever other seasonings you want. You could use salt, pepper, garlic powder, but I use the white rice setting on the rice cooker to cook the quinoa. It takes about 36 minutes or so. Next up, I am chopping up a huge cauliflower. This bowl is just going to have chicken sausage, quinoa, and cauliflower. So 3 simple ingredients. I'm just cutting up all the cauliflower, putting it on the baking sheet, and then I'm going to spray it with some cooking spray and then add some salt and pepper to it. And these vegetables will roast at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. And you can use whatever vegetables you want. I bought cauliflower because it was on sale, but you could use broccoli, you could use zucchini, even any like winter squashes, whatever happens to be on sale for you. While both of those are cooking, I got out the chicken sausages and put them in a skillet. These are the Idell's brand, which is my absolute favorite, and I believe it's the sun-dried tomato and mozzarella. So I put some water in the pan and let that cook for 15 minutes or so until the cauliflower was finished. So after they were all done, I took 1 sausage at a time and sliced them into thin rounds, and then I put them into the meal prep bowls along with the quinoa and the cauliflower. And these bowls will keep in the fridge for, I'm gonna say, up to 4 or 5 days or so. You could probably freeze these as well. I have not frozen these, so I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure that they can. After I put everything else in there, I put a little bit of sunflower seeds on top of each one as well, just for some extra healthy fats. I'm going to include the nutrition info up here as well. But as you can see, that was super easy and took maybe 45 minutes to make 4 lunches. The next day, I did breakfast as well as chopping some vegetables and washing some fruit. This is going to be a breakfast bowl, and I've made all sorts of different breakfast bowls before, but this one is going to be with some roasted potatoes. So I took like 4 or 5 large yellow potatoes, chopped them up really small, and I used a tablespoon of that garlic lover seasoning again, and a tablespoon of olive oil, and I mixed it all together in a large bowl. Then I put them on a baking sheet and put them in the oven at 400 degrees again, and I think I roasted them for about 25 minutes. Potatoes I find sometimes take a little bit longer to bake. Then in the same bowl, I just added 12 eggs. These breakfast bowls are going to serve 6. So I got 12 eggs, about a ½ cup of milk, and then I added some salt and pepper before whisking it all together. And I love to add all sorts of vegetables to our breakfast bowls. This time I just added some spinach, but just like the lunch bowls, you could also add like broccoli, you could add mushrooms, bell peppers. This was for John, and spinach is one of the ones that he likes, so I put spinach in there. I put it into this pan and I realized that this pan was probably not big enough, but it just took a few extra minutes to cook it, so it was really no big deal. Now, while that was cooking, I washed my fruit. I had some strawberries and grapes, and inside this bowl was about 1 part vinegar to 9 parts water. I put all of it in a bowl just like this, and I set the timer for anywhere between 7 and 10 minutes. We had about 10 minutes left on the potatoes, so I just left them right there until the potatoes were finished too. At this point, finally, the eggs were done, so I set them aside, and pretty soon afterward, the potatoes were done too. Now, in the meantime, I chopped up another cauliflower. Like I said, cauliflower was on sale this week, so I bought quite a few. This one I was just chopping to use for some buffalo cauliflower for later in the week. Chopping up vegetables during a meal prep session really helps to save time in the end. I mean, it'll chop off like 5 to 7 minutes of your dinner time, which is awesome. One of the potatoes were just finished, as you can see, and then when the fruit is done, I put it on a colander and rinse it off, and then put it on a towel to dry for a short while. The grapes I put into just a container. The strawberries I left out a little bit to dry. So like I said, these meal prep bowls served 6. I took about a cup of the potatoes and about a cup of the egg mixture and put it into each bowl. And then I added maybe a couple tablespoons of shredded cheddar. You could also add any other of your favorite kind of cheeses. But these turned out really good. I'm going to put the nutrition info right up here as well. And this entire meal prep session took me about an hour from start to finish. That did not include cleanup, but at least all of this is done. I will not have to worry about breakfast for the whole week, and I've got my fruit washed, and I've got some of my vegetables chopped. So that's really going to save me some time when it comes to cooking dinner. I've been writing down all of your suggestions as to what you would like to see next. I know a few of you have asked for meal prep lunches that are either like no heat lunches you can just take with you. I've also seen a few of you ask for some vegetarian meal prep lunches. Those are on my list, and I do plan on doing those probably in the next few weeks or so. So please look forward to that. And in the description are a bunch of meal prep resources that I have for you, whether it is blog posts that I've written or even a meal prep course that I created to help with weight loss. In the meantime, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, please do so. That way you can be notified whenever more videos like this come out, as well as all my recipes and meal planning tips. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.